My firm belief about training is that it actually is about doing, not tracking or quantifying. Understand to control your hormones. Even though tracking or understanding calories is important, it's not the be-all end-all. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, welcome FitFam. My name is Mixed Physique and I'm a 25 years old up and coming fitness influencer and entrepreneur. This video is going to be about my dieting and eating approach. Stay tuned for my show, which is going to be on September 11th, and it's going to be my men's physique debut. So I can't wait to just go there and try to replicate Norway's best beach look. Give this video a like by pressing the thumbs up button below. Subscribe to my channel so I can develop this channel to more people and make a name in the fitness industry. And today I'm going to introduce you to how I'm dieting flexibly and intuitively. Not only temporarily or specifically for this contest prep, but basically a long-term approach for health, mind and sustainability. First, it's a framework of unprocessed food. It's nutrition dense. All foods I eat here are nutrition dense. It's full of low-calorie dense foods and all kinds of foods full of nutrients and vitamins. And I actually think these amounts of these foods are needed for these extreme amounts of training. I think nutrient and vitamin intake and timing is very underrated for training sharpness and for actually resisting high training loads. And it's actually also very underrated for brain function in general life and for just feeling good all the time. And second, with this eating approach, it's enough variation. I actually have enough types of foods and I have maybe 20 to 30 different meals which I'm varying across the week. So I don't eat the same thing from day to day. I can, for example, eat breads and eggs and some tomatoes on one day for lunch, and on the upcoming day pasta with avocado and chicken and broccoli, and get almost the same macro combinations from both meals. It's a kind of a perfect balance of different types of foods, and it gives so many possibilities. With this dieting approach, I'm really promoting possibilities over rigidity, which I see way too much of in the fitness industry. It really gives me energy for the entire day and for all my tasks, and it's really suitable for high fatiguing training loads. And most foods I'm eating here are of course low calorie dense foods. And these types of foods are extremely important when you are in a battle space or in a contest prep or approaching for a low body fat. You have less energy because of the basic body homeostasis and for the body's adaptation to go down in weight. But having a nutrient-dense diet really makes up for that lack of energy and for that mild degree of lethargy. And third, this way of eating is a way to manipulate hormones. It's a way to control leptin levels through food volume and from low-calorie dense foods. And it's a way to control insulin levels by actually knowing that you don't need to eat 100 or more grams of carbs on 5 meals every day. It's a way to actually get good testosterone levels from hard training and from balanced macros and a really nutrient-dense diet. And my habit of eating 5 meals a day is very important for controlling good ghrelin levels and to control my basic hunger. And with eating food of this degree of nutrition density, also helps with keeping good cortisol levels, and it really makes up for a high fatiguing training load. Eating healthy for a lean physique is about manipulating hormones for being in a good place. I simply don't get hungry. I simply don't get the basic feeling of hunger which everybody are complaining about. And for that I will thank my framework of these low-calorie dense foods and my understanding of nutrition. And my basic understanding of nutrition. Therefore, this is a very good long-term approach. I'm glad I've actually got so far in understanding nutrition. I got freaking tired of my close to diabetic carb bombing, training for pure strength narcissism a few years ago. And here I will show my eating schedule for the last 7 days. And here you see my degree of flexibility. It's about variation, it's about habits, and it's about quality. Eating 5 meals every day is a very good habit for productivity, mind and well-being. And this was the compilation of my meals for the last 7 days. So it was basically 6 days with 5 meals. One of them was basically 4 meals and 2 snacks. So I will round that off to 5 meals. And all meals are of course combinations of protein, nutrients and carbs. And many of the meals have a source to fats. And this is basically 7 days with variation. A big disclaimer about the calorie number which I'm providing here is that it's not accurate. This is what I have counted in MyFitnessPal by a rough estimation, and it's only a representation of the calorie range, which is actually the only important thing. The exact number has no value. It's basically the same thing as the cost of a project. You care about if the project costs 300 millions or 400 millions, not microanalyzing the exact number. And of course, how many calories I am eating is not representative for how much you should eat or for how much you could eat on a fat loss phase. I just want to promote this way to set up an eating framework so you can maybe get inspiration to eat 5 meals a day and train hard. My macro combination across the week is around 45% from carbs, 20% from fat, and 35% from protein. I think this works very well on this fat loss phase, and my strategy is to eat meals responsibly to create good fullness, appetite, and hunger control by actually managing my hormones. Just understand the properties and the components of food, how they are working. Setting up a sustainable nutrition is like setting up sustainable concrete. Learn the properties of protein, nutrients, carbs, and fat to control hormones. Usually eat meals every 3 hours. 5 meals a day for most people. That's what I will recommend, just for health and well-being. It's basically for controlling hormones, like for example insulin and ghrelin, and it's not a bodybuilding or muscle building obsession, even though most people eating more than 4 meals a day come from that environment. So if you compare food composition and concrete composition, protein can be considered like water, nutrients can be considered additives, carbs can be considered as sand and gravel, and fat can be considered as cement. I actually have a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, so I know what this is all about. Building muscle and constructing buildings is two of the same things. I can basically see the parallel between building muscle and constructing buildings. In the same way as you need quality sources in your nutrition for maximizing your well-being and brain function, it's no question. In the same way as you need quality materials when you are batching concrete or constructing a building, you need quality unprocessed food for good brain function and organ function. People are just dishonest about healthy nutrition because they create stigmas against fitness communities, and people don't understand how insulin and cortisol works, neither in the fitness community or generally in the world. Both the bodybuilding community and especially the powerlifting community are mild diabetics who can't control their eating and sadly develop yo-yo and binge eating disorders. In the late past, I actually worked to find new ways to envision training and nutrition. I'm actually tired of tracking disorders, narrow-minded views, and bad mentalities. You could maybe relate me for 3 years ago to all this shit, but now I'm working to give people new frameworks to work from. Basically, eating without tracking calories. My firm belief about training is that it actually is about doing, not tracking or quantifying. Understand to control your hormones. Even though tracking or understanding calories is important, it's not the be-all end-all. And in my opinion, it's more what performance athletes need to focus on. Not everybody who wants to train. You get so much more out of just basic habits and understanding quality nutrition from intuitive eating. Let's go for a grocery haul. Then you can see the typical foods I create my meals from. So then I'm done with my grocery haul. So here is my usual 2 or 3 days shopping list. I'm a real foodaholic, really addicted to eat unprocessed food, and really addicted to just eat a good diet in these building blocks in my nutrition. I think it's really important to eat both for functionality and for taste. Combine the better of the two worlds. Here we see the basic building blocks from my nutrition. Nutrition is kind of the input in the work of building muscle, while creating muscle stimulus in the gym is the output. I also want to talk about my basic belief about body composition. So it's kind of my conspiracy theory about this topic, or maybe a physiology theory trying to revolutionize the fitness industry with kind of making the relativity theory for body composition. So it's basically education or knowledge over a long time and practice through seeing people with all kinds of body compositions everywhere I'm going, and seeing people in the gym doing the practical work, and of course doing these observations for a long time. Your body composition is always, in any case, a result of your lifestyle. You have a very low impact from your genetics or DNA. It's all about your activity levels, your nutrition density in your diet, and the homeostasis of your body. These are actually the only factors impacting your body compositions. These factors create a body fat settling point. This triggers the calorie balance into a calorie surplus or deficit, and then creates a body composition adaptation. Your genetics determine your bone structure. Your genetics might have an impact on your drive to train, or your mindset, or your tendency to make excuses or not. But you need to be active to be lean. You need to eat a healthy diet of unprocessed food for actually staying lean. The amount of vitamins and minerals you eat is essential for your body function. I actually think the obesity epidemic going on in the world, or the fat gain epidemic in the fitness industry, is not about the food people are eating, but it's about the unprocessed food and the nutrition-dense foods people are not eating. It's like thinking about resistance in buildings. The problem is not the outdated building materials, which are not resisting wind loads, snow loads, or seismic action. It's the lack of good building materials and good concrete. In the same way, the problem about the average guy on the street, oblivious about controlling how his hunger or hormones work, is the lack of good unprocessed foods. Health for body and mind simply boils down to eating enough healthy foods. I think that's the rant for today. Nutrition is a truly misunderstood case, both in the fitness community and for people outside fitness. The world simply needs a paradigm shift. Everybody are just oblivious about hunger, hormones, fat gain, fat loss, and exercise. Therefore, I'm grateful I'm enlightened enough to take care of myself through exercising and nutrition-dense eating. And I'm trying to spread this knowledge to you so you can understand it and also take care of yourself. If you like this video, give it a like by pressing the thumbs up button below. Comment down below, do you like variation in your eating, or eating the same over and over again? What do you find the most sustainable? Do you like to track calories or eat intuitively? Subscribe to my channel, and let's continue the ride towards 1000 subs and 4000 hours of watch time. I really want to give this content to more people and give my advice to a bigger audience. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. And of course, see you on September 11th for my men's physique show.